One of the most iconic and beloved images of the Royal BC Museum is Woolly, the great big woolly mammoth featured in the National History Gallery. But Woolly was not the only kind of mammoth roaming the earth during the Ice Age. Veronica Cooper introduces Woolly's North American cousin, the Columbian.
When we all think of mammoths, we think of woolly mammoths, just like the one we have in our exhibit. Great big furry beast that roamed the frigid Arctic tundra back in the Ice Age. These are the woolly mammoths of Europe, England, Siberia, Alaska.
The woolly mammoth also lived in North America, but
their range spread down the old Laurentide ice sheet, the big ice sheet that covered most of Canada, right down to eastern Canada. The rest of North America was occupied by Columbian mammoths.
And the Royal BC Museum has the fossils to prove it.
This is a relatively small mammoth jaw, and this is a single molar from a mammoth.
And this tooth from a woolly mammoth is different from a Columbian.
There are lots and lots of ridges closely spaced for grinding up their favorite food, which was grasses and sedges. In a Columbian mammoth, the ridges are further spaced.
Because the Columbians' environment was more temperate. They ate small twigs and leafy plants and didn't need to grind up as many tundra grasses.
Here's a cast made of a tooth that came from a gravel pit in the Saanich Peninsula. Now, I would bring the original tooth out, but it's breaking apart, so we've made a cast of it. And again, the ridges, there's a ridge, there's a big spacing, big ridge, big spacing here.
But how do scientists explain this find?
This tooth was found on Mount Ptolemy about 100 years ago. This is the tooth of a woolly mammoth. What in the world is a woolly mammoth doing on southern Vancouver Island?
That's where you come in.
People who may have mammoth teeth and mammoth remains in their basements or closets, and I know there's a few out there, please bring them into our institution, donate them to us, so we could figure out what in the world is going on here with these two different kinds of mammoths in our region.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.